Everyone, it's your girl Exquisite Bliss of Spiritual Life Coaching, and in today's video we will be discussing codependency. We will be discussing what is codependency, some characteristics of codependency, the cause of codependency, and the two types of codependence, which are the passive and the active, and breakthroughs, things you can do to beat codependency. So we'll go ahead and get started. What is codependency? Codependencies, they are learned behaviors that are passed down from generation to generation. These are one of the generational curses I've been speaking about. And it's basically where a person enables another person's bad behaviors, such as immaturity, underachievement, addictions, poor decision making, mental and physical health issues, and just being irresponsible. It is also known as the relationship addiction because it involves being in a relationship, usually with narcissists. And so the relationship is usually one-sided and can be a continual destructive cycle. The term codependency originates from the substance abuse field, but has now been broadened to anyone who comes from a dysfunctional family and they are not aware that the problem exists. In healthy relationship, there is an equal balance of give and take, but in codependent relationships, it is all about the taker, and the giver winds up not getting their needs met. So some of the characteristics of codependency includes the need for approval, the need to control others, lack of trust, fear of abandonment, difficulty in making decisions, difficulty in communicating effectively, problems with intimacy, low self-esteem, poor boundaries, excessive reliance on others, and perfectionism. The causes of codependency stems from childhood. And this could be where growing up, your emotions may have been neglected or some type of childhood trauma. Some characteristics of dysfunctional families include chaotic and feeling of being unsafe, emotional neglect, manipulation, abuse, blaming, judgmental, secretive, and etc. As a result, children from dysfunctional families, they usually feel like they are unworthy and incapable, and oftentimes they feel like they are the problem of the dysfunction in the family just because they are just being themselves. So, and 9 times out of 10, this pattern and behavior is also going to lead to adult codependency relationships as well. Okay, so now we're going to discuss the two types of codependency, which are passive and active. So we'll begin with the passive codependent first. The passive codependents, they are fearful of conflict, and they will do anything that they can to avoid conflict at all times. They have a very low self-esteem, and they have a tendency to attract controlling and manipulating people. The passive codependents tend to use strategy to try to control others. And because of their hidden nature of their control strategies, the passive codependent is viewed as being more compliant than the active codependent. And now we'll talk a little bit about the active codependent. The active codependents, they are often mistaken for narcissists because of their controlling behavior. And they are very manipulative and not afraid of conflict at all, unlike the passive codependent. Okay, so they are prone to aggressive behaviors such as arguments and fights, lying, and using manipulation to get their needs met. The bottom line, they do believe that they can control, but they just do it differently from the passive codependent. Okay, so Because codependents and narcissists attract each other, the codependents will never have their needs met by the narcissist. And once they become aware of this fact, they have a choice to make. Either they will stay or either they will go. They will end the relationship. The ones who stay, they pretty much they will stay because of fear of abandonment, and they also feel powerless. They're focusing on the external rather than focusing on themselves. So now we're getting through to the breakthroughs and what you can do to help beat codependency. Once again, codependency is not a diagnosis per se, but it's rather a learned behavior which can be unlearned. Some of the things you can do to break free and heal from the patterns and destruction of codependency is first, the very first thing is to be aware, okay? Ending their relationship if you feel like you have to, if you feel like you need to. Learn to say no without guilt. Learn to communicate more effectively and be honest, okay? Practice self-care. Be patient with yourself because this is a lifelong journey. Set proper boundaries and consider counseling if you're having problems in the area of guilt and shame, low self-esteem, and etc. Join a support group. Think positive and accept yourself instead of needing approval for others. So this concludes my codependency videos. If you like what I've had to share today, please hit that like and subscribe button to see more videos to come. And check out all of my links down below in the description. And I thank you so much for watching. I truly love and appreciate you. And you have a wonderful day.